I still get goosebumps. My hands shake with fear if I think about that night. No one of us had ever thought that our enjoyable trekking would become our most horrific nightmare ever. As I graduated from college with my friends, we made a plan of trekking. Everyone was so cooked up after our final exams. So, to refresh our minds, I planned a long trekking vacation with them. We started planning everything. We selected Barun Valley in the heart of Nepal as our destination. As soon as we arrived in Nepal, everyone was so excited and full of energy for the trek. We were amazed by the breathtaking mountain views from that place. Without wasting any moment, we began our hiking. As we were hiking, the sun began to set, so we decided to set up our camp by the riverside. In the evening, we did some fishing and, as night fell, started to vibe with nature. We were having fun, singing, dancing, and yes, getting a bit drunk. When suddenly, we heard a strange sound, like footsteps approaching us. Gradually, the sound grew louder and louder, and so did our heartbeat. We stopped the music. At first, we thought it might be a bear, so we gathered around the fire because we'd heard bears are scared of flames. But this thing seemed much bigger. We saw its shadow, which looked like that of a giant monster, and it made a noise none of us had ever heard before, not even online. We had no idea what it could be. All of us were terrified, wondering if it would attack or how dangerous it might be. Our enjoyable evening turned into a horrific nightmare. Our bodies started shaking with fear. There was no cell signal. We couldn't call for help. The nearest village was far away, so we were on our own. Suddenly, one of my friends remembered hearing that wild creatures sometimes back off if they see something larger than themselves. We huddled together and tried to make our shadows appear bigger than the creatures. We also made loud, wild noises to scare it away. It seemed like our plan was working because we heard the footsteps fade into the distance, and its shadow grew smaller and smaller until it disappeared. We finally calmed down, but that night was absolutely terrifying. In the morning, 3 of us went to investigate where we had heard the sounds. We found enormous footprints that looked like giant human tracks. They were so big that if the creature was human, it would have been around 10 or 12 feet tall. Right then, we decided to abandon our trek and head back to the village. After asking around, some local people told us they had heard of similar incidents before. They believed the creature was a Yeti, but nobody had ever actually seen the Yeti. Anyone who sees him would likely be killed by him. We halted our trekking plans and returned home. Out of curiosity, we did some research on the Yeti and found a few articles, but no one had any genuine photographs of it. We thank God that we are alive to share our story. Thank you all for joining me for the story. If you'd like to hear more live, thrilling stories like this, please like, share, and subscribe.